All right, welcome everybody. We're back. It's John from Casino Gaming Central on House Edge Live. Here we go. We're running day 2 now of just kind of a little test run. Dialing from Skill and Luck, who's here in the chat, says good morning to everybody. Gave a couple of us actually a strategy to run, and I thought, what the hell, we'll give it a shot. I don't do a whole lot of strategy breakdown stuff anymore, but I probably should. It's kind of fun to do these things actually. And give them a few days. Like my philosophy on these things is not just to go, oh, let me look at this thing and it sucks or it's great and that's the end of it, right? I think like back when I did the bankroll build series, if you recall about a year ago, we did 200 and some days of bankroll building, right? We did every 30. I did a strategy for 30 straight days. That's how we did it. We did like months of work to build from 10,000 to 100, but I gave a strategy a full month, every one of them to make their money, right? And some of them, the 3-point Molly, tied for the whole month. So that's why I'll never play it. The reason why I rag on Molly strategies, because they don't have any juice to them, is because I played it every day for a month and it tied. It was the worst. That was the worst month of my life playing that thing every single day. It was boring, number one. It had no opportunity, and it just tied. I hated it. I was out here. If you go watch those videos from that, I was bitching every single day. That thing sucked. But I gave it the month because I'm not going to sit here and one day go, oh, that was fantastic or that was terrible. So I want to give it some time. So anyway, I took Skill and Luck, his strategy. We ran it yesterday with mixed success. First time running it, and we learned a couple things. And I'll when I go to the table here today, we'll break down what I think we learned yesterday. And we'll run it today. I may do a little side-by-side with a strategy that's very simple, and we'll see some of the differences between them. All right. So all that said, we would love it if we were all winners all the time, wouldn't we? The problem is it just can't be done. It just can't be done playing regular games like craps and whatever else, craps and baccarat and blackjack. Card counting and blackjack, sure, you get the player advantage, but none of us have enough money. None of us have enough money to card count. Oh yeah, you remember that, Royce, the garage, right? God, remember how cold, you don't remember, but it was so freaking cold in there. I had this heater system in there, and it'd be like I could see my breath some of the mornings. It was awful. It was awful. Now we're in a much better situation. I have a great house and a good setup. Anyway, the casinos won't let it happen. It's not like they won't let it happen. Like, they're set up for you to lose your control. They're set up for you to kind of disconnect from your money, which is, again, part of the psychological game they're playing with you. But the math just doesn't work. If you play too often, right, you're going to end up bleeding out. That's just the way that it is. People claim they can go 70-0, 200-0. You can't. At some point, that catches up to you. It just does. You're playing this long series of rolls or spins or whatever. The games will catch you at some point. It's the casinos have got it figured out. If we could win, if we could actually win, they wouldn't be there. Like, that's the thing we have to remember, right? So what do you got to do is remember a couple of things, right? Number one, you're playing this short game. You're playing a long game over your lifetime, but you're playing a short game every time. You got to treat every session like it's golden. Like, in this session, I'm going to use my bankroll to either handle some loss or leverage up wins. In this session, I'm willing to risk X. In this session, I'm going to play a smart game or a game I understand. And in this session, I'm going to have discipline. I'm going to stick to my goal, and I'm going to stay emotion free. If you don't do that in this session, in that session, you're going to bleed out. You're going to go on tilt, and it's going to get ugly for you. It's the way that it works, right? So live here, live in your head, right? And get out of your emotions. Understand what's happening around you and play smart ways, right? And again, that's why I do the things I do here is I like to give it a shot and learn the strategy and say, well, is this something I would play? Does this strategy match my style, my brain? Do I understand the math behind it? Some people will love what Skill has done here, by the way. I'm not a big fan so far on one day. Some people will love this because it's so math-based. And it's like, wow, that's a great way to leverage things up and get more money out there. And you know what I mean? It just may speak to you. And if it does, that's great. Get some bankroll and go out there and play it. Here we go. Let's hit my table. And let me get the thing straight up, and I'll show you again how this thing plays out. Okay, I'm going to bring out my bankroll here. Let's see, get this thing nice and straight for y'all. I'm going to run 2 bankrolls today. By the way, there's my rack. We'll use the casino style greens and reds for payments today. And here is the basics of it. Skill's going to run basically a 2-point molly. Okay, and his 2-point molly works like this. He'll be the front rack. We're going to do it today with $10 as the base. So it'll be a $10, and $10 is 1 unit on the pass line. Okay, so 1 unit pass line bet. Where's my puck? Okay, we'll get to some point, whatever the point is. Let's say it's 5, doesn't matter. Your next bet is a 2 unit come bet, double what this is. So what we've been doing is doubling up whatever's there. So instead of 10, it's now 20. If this number travels up, now we go odds, and the odds are 1 unit behind and 1 unit, or 1 unit on and 1 unit on, right? It's 1 unit of odds, 1 full X odds on each one of them. So I have $20 in odds here. I have $10 in odds there. Let the numbers resolve. That's the whole strategy. There's nothing more complicated than that. If this one happens to win, I'm not going to pay it, but if this one happens to win, okay, these odds come down while we come back out and do it again. Okay, always double the bet. Let's say you're here on the 8 with a $20 bet and $20 in odds, and this one happens to win. Let's say the point wins, right? We get paid down in here. Okay, well, what happens is this: these odds come down. We have 20 here, so we go 40 here, right? It's always double what this one is. Now, one thing we learned yesterday, I was trying with $500 just to get a cycle through, right? $500 not enough money to get this thing going more than 2 or 3 times. You can't go 2 or 3 more shooters with $500. That said, as a budget play, I don't have a problem with that. And I think this is an important point to make. People say yesterday, oh my God, you're so underfunded with this thing. You didn't have enough bankroll to go in there and do it. Well, true. However, if you're going to scope your play to say, look, I'm going to put up $500 to see if I can't pull a miracle off today. And if I can do it early enough, great, I'm out. If it doesn't work, I'm out. As an example, if I bought him for 500 and I did this, you might say, oh my God, you are a freaking moron, right? If I went 330 inside with my $500 and I'm like, look, I'm buying him for $500. We're gonna give it a shot. We're gonna go 1 shooter, right? There's a 9. I'm either gonna win or I'm not today, right? And I think scoping up, hey, look, we got an 8. You know, we win $105. That's fantastic, right? We're gonna take the 5 and 9 both down. We're gonna roll it a second time, and there's the 7. And today's $500 turned into $205 in wins. So I lost what? I lost $105. That sucks. I'm out. Gave it a shot and run out of here for $500. This one here could be the same thing. You could say for $500, I'm just going to give this thing a quick shot and we'll see what happens, right? I don't have a problem with the small bankroll on a bigger play. Give it 1 crack and let's go. Anyway, we're going to make 2 changes today, or 1 change today. Today I'm going to go, instead of the full Monty, instead of the full doubling, we're going to go 1 unit. So if I'm 10 down here, we're going to go 15 in the come. Okay. And that same situation, if the pass line happens to be the one that wins, 15 becomes 20. We're just going to go 1 unit up. I'm going to baby press it today instead of doing a full press today. Okay. Not a half. We're going to go baby first and see if going the other way works better than just halving it. I'm going to go completely opposite. Instead of doubling, we're going to go 1 unit and sort of baby it up. Now, I'm going to play alongside that strategy one of my favorites, one of my first ever ways I learned how to play. This is back when I was like 20, right? I told you a story. Dealers told me to watch the old farts. Old farts taught me this, which is the come ladder. Let a point come first, 1 unit in the come, and then 2 units in the come, and then 4 units in the come. Notice that the come bet is always 1 unit more than what I have in action. That's the whole strategy. No more than 7 units ever. Keep the bet cycling. Never dig into the rack. The problem with this one is that we dig into the rack too much to get our odds up. So this one here is going to have 1, 2, 3, 4 shooters worth of action, and that's all it's going to be. That's all, 7 units per shooter, right? 1, 2, 3, 400 plus 75, 75, 75, 75, $700. That's it. Scoped. This guy here, I got $1,000. 500 in black, 400 in green, 100 in red. Let's get her done. Here we go. I'm gonna put, I'll put one player here, one player. Let's play them side by side. We'll know who's who. I'll probably put this guy in the back and this guy in the front of the come area. Here we go. Coming out. Let's give it a run. We got an 8 for the point. And then we're gonna go. He's gonna come 15 in the come. Okay, I'll put him on this side of the table. This guy's gonna go on this side of the table. And that's how we're going to kind of keep track of these two players. I got a hard stop at 8 o'clock, by the way. I've got a very, very, very sick dog that I've got to go to the vet with today. So is what it is. Okay, here we go. Both guys go to the come. I'm going to put them like this. So player in the back is this guy. Player in the front is that guy. Hopefully you can understand who's who there. With his bet set, now we go odds. Again, it's 10 in odds there. It's 15 in odds here. I'm going to get some whites because we can't really do 15. I'll put them on the end. It's got to be 16 to make it right. Here we go. This guy here is doing a 2-unit come bet now. He goes 1, 2, 4. It's a 5. Flat betting. And here's his 4-unit come bet. It goes on. I'm sorry, I got him on the wrong side. Let's go. It's a 10. So he's got 3 come bets. He's got the 5, the 9, and the 10. Probably going to burn the 10, most likely, but we'll see what happens. Let's go. There's an 11 yo. There's a 3 craps. Oh my God, the 10 paid. Look at that. Can you believe the 10 paid? Here we go. I'm going to pay with the casino money. The 10 comes out and gets paid. Now, I'm in profit already, by the way. I've already made profit. I started with 7 units. I got 8 over here. Here's the rule with this come ladder strategy. If I can go back out, I will, from that initial shooter, which I'll put over here, right? If I can go back out, I will. 1, 2, 3. He can have a 4-unit bet. I'll put the original 4 back out there. Recycle the bet. He keeps recycling when he can recycle from his stack that he started with. Here we go. We got a 6. All right, that goes. Now I've got the 5, 6, and 9. This guy's still waiting for the 9 and the 8. There's the 6 that pays again. Okay. We'll put that in the rack. And again, I can come with 4 because I have 3 in action. Another 6. Okay. There's the 8. This is a great situation. The 8's going to pay down there. 10 flat, 10 flat. There we go. 10 flat and 12 odds. Okay. So he gets paid and that comes back to the rack. Okay. These odds here can come down for the time being. This bet now goes up 1 unit higher than this bet. This bet is 15. This bet goes to 20. You can see the 15 and 20. So we're going to go 1 unit jumps. All skill wants to do is keep the 7 strong. So on the come out play, the 7 is always strong. This one's always better than that one or whatever you have. Same as the come ladder. The come ladder is always trying to have the next bet be better than the last one in terms of the 7. Once we're set on the right side, we're set on the right side. Here we go. Coming out. Everything, of course, is working. There's no odds out here yet. We catch a 9. Point's going to go to 9. What'll happen is this. Both guys are going to get paid. He's getting paid there. This 9's going to get paid 15. I'm going to try and pay with the goofy looking chips as much as I can to keep things as separate as I can. Okay. There's his payment. And now we look at the rack. Okay. He's got, this has got to come. That's his payment. And that comes down. So his next come bet, 1, 2, 3, 4, he's got to go with a 5 unit come bet. Okay. I'll keep it green. The other guy still has 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 units in come action. He's got to come out with a 7 unit come bet. Now, when I play this for real, I won't do that. My cap, I try and set a cap of 5 or 6. For the purpose of the show, I'll do a 7 unit bet, but that would be the most I'd ever do. I would never come out of here and burn the entire profit, 4, 5, 6, 7, like that. But here we go. 7 units to cover 6 units, 25 to cover 20, and we're coming out. Good time for a 7. Good time for the 7. Everybody wins. Why? These two will be losers, but that pays in the come. I'll put all this back up here. We'll reset the rack in just a minute. Okay. He's going to lose his pass line. but he's going to get paid in the come. He goes back. Now, if we look at the racks, clearly both guys are going to be in profit. If I put the 7 units back, I'm going to trade these in actually for these. 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to trade 5 for 5 just to get the right color chips back in the rack. There is his original bankroll, come ladder guy. He's got $250 in profit. Game over, right? We turned $700 into $250, and he's done for the day, right? That's your get the fuck out, Ken, right? I'm gonna keep playing it because I want you to see the cycle, see the process. But that would have been a first shooter win. This guy over here, same thing. Let's check him out. He's got 25. I'm gonna go ahead and get him all covered up with the right kind of chips here. We've got. I'm gonna take these for these if I can. Which should show me how much money he's got in profit, by the way. So if I take his 5, 10, 15, there's his 100 in reds, which means he made 25, 40, 45, $47, or 45, 47, 45, 50, $2 in profit. Now, what that means in reality is 5 units. Don't count the money, count the units. He actually has 5 units in profit. Okay, the other guy here has got 8, 10 units in profit. So a little better profit on this side, but still made money over here with this way of playing. Now, if I had doubled the bets, he would have done even better. Here we go. Let's restart the whole process. We'll do another couple of shooters here. I'm going to put his profits on this side if I can. He's going to come out with a 10-unit pass line. We're going to come out with nothing over here. Let's catch a roll. There's a 5. And again, 10 becomes 15 in the come. He's going to start his come sequence now. 8 goes to the 8, goes to the 8. Now we got our odds. 10 behind and 15 on top of here. Other guy's going to come 2 units in the come. Aces. That's a bummer. Same thing. We're going to still use our money the same way. 2 units in the come. It goes to the 6. He has 1, 2, 3. He has 4 units available. And we go. We're still a unit in profit, by the way. I'm not going to dig into this at all. We're going to work just on profit here. It goes to the 6. These are going to swap spots. Get paid 2. Check this out. We have 4 units here. We have 1 unit here. It's 5. I have 5 units in the rack. That's not enough to make the 7 a profit. I don't go back in. Right? 5 and 5 is not worth playing. I'm only going to play this bet if I can win on the 7. That's the secret to the come ladders. He's only going to have 2 bets while this guy here is waiting for the rest of it to happen. We need a 5, a 6, or an 8 here, right? There's the 8. Oh my God, how fantastic is that? Comes down, gets paid. This 8 here is going to get paid 15 flat and 18 on the odds. Let's go. Actually, we'll go 20 for 2. Okay, 20 for 2 on the odds. And it comes down, which is awesome. Next come bet is still going to match this guy here. We take the odds down while we're doing it, and it looks like $15. Take the odds down while we're coming. This guy here has got 4. Now I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Level that thing up. I can still do it. And off we go. Good time for a 7 right here. Oh, it's a 6. Even better. These two are going to switch places, right? We're going to get paid 4. This one's going to move up into the 6. Now the odds come back. We have 1 unit in odds there. We have 3 units up here. Bang. I've got 5 in action. Can I put 6 out here? 3, 6. I can. I still have 4 units in profit. 6 unit come bet for that guy to cover the 5. That's it. I only have 4 left of profit. 4 is less than 5. I'm not going out. That's a huge bummer right there. We got a 10. We got an 8. Nobody's on it. We got an 11 yo. And we got our 7. And that takes the money. So we had a couple of good rhythm runs there. Right, and a couple of bumping uglies. There's 6 units right there. I'm gonna try and get the bank color back, just so you can see where we are. What you'll notice is when I do this, anything that's not the original color, these striped ones are all profit. All this stuff back here is profit. This is always going to be 20 in the nice chips. So again, we're up. We're still up. We're still up. He's up $100 instead of 250. All right. One more shooter. Again, I want you to feel the rhythm of these things. Come betting is all about rhythm. It's not about target practice. It's not about pressing patterns. It's about rhythm. Sometimes, like yesterday, the rhythm was bad. Sometimes, like today, the rhythm is good to decent. Here we go. Coming out. 10 unit or $10. That's a yo. That's a straight up payment, which is awesome. That's a 3, which gets taken, and we'll come right back out again. Now, what Skill wants me to do when we lose in a come is to go with that ladder. So once you lose, ladder up. So you're getting some money back if you catch the 7. Okay. This goes to the 8. Now he's going to have 1, 2, 3, 4 against 3. This guy here is going to get, here's his new shooter. We're going to work off that stack there. There's his 1 unit. Adds a 6, goes to the 6, goes to the 6. 3 behind and 4 on top. We have an 8 and a 6. That's perfection. Here we go. 2 units. Let's get it done. A 5. That goes in there. Here comes the 4 unit comeback. We're split 5, 6, or 8 for both guys here. As a 9. All right, we got the whole. We got the inside covered. Well, he has part of the 8. Let's go. Come on, shooters. Ah, it's a 7, and we all get beat. This is why you have to get out when the getting's good. Bummer, man. Bummer. The come ladder guy, by the way, is only down 3 units. After all that 2 shitty shooters in a row, because the first shooter was so good, he's still just down 3. Not a big deal over here. That's why I like that strategy a lot. It helped me stay in the game for a long time and get some really nice profits along the way. Let's do it again. Here we go. Last shooter. $10 there. Nothing for the other guy. He's got a yo, which is fantastic. He's got a 9. All right. Let's go. 9. He's going to go 3 units. Again, 1 unit bigger than that one. Come ladder guy, we're going to work on the new stack. It's a 7. That's great. This loses, but he wins here, so he gets the extra unit is the prize for that. And the same thing over here. He gets paid 1. We're back. And again, I'm working on making 4 stacks, right? I'm 2 chips light of 4 stacks, so I'm almost back to even again. Now we'll do one more shooter because that was too short. One more shooter. Let's go. Coming out. It's a 7. Bang. By the way, if you're keeping score at home, that would have been a nice little parlay right there, right? Go to the 5. All right. He's going to go 3. He's going to go with 1. It's a 6. That goes there. That goes there. This guy's going to do his odds. This guy's going to go second comeback. And it's an 8. Third comeback. Again, 1, 2, 3 units, 4 units there. 7 out. Okay, so that strategy loses. This strategy ends up winning a unit. Go back to the rack. 1, 2, 3 full stacks. This one here has now got 6 in it. So I'm literally down $25. I was up 250, of course. I should have stopped playing. This guy's only down a quarter after a really good shooter, 2 really bad shooters, and an shooter. Basically playing a tie. That come strategies tie more often than not. The one thing about that way of playing, the come ladder way, is that there are times where you get these nice big bets that are covered by the 7 and they're played from profit, only from profit, never from your rack, right? That you can capitalize on and get out quick. Happens a lot. This other way of playing, we never really dipped into the money over here, right? By keeping these bets a little smaller, although, you know, we are down, there's 25, there's $35. So he's down $65. He's down 6 units essentially, right? He's down 1 unit. This other way of playing, when we lowered the size of the come bets like I did today, you end up not having to dip into the rack for these massive odds. You can normally do it from previous profit or from your initial set of $100. Lowering the flats means you can afford the odds. That's the reason why it's a lower bankroll play. A little less volatile, a little less opportunity. by playing it that way versus the massive double up way. And again, you can see it with the come ladder, how those two strategies sort of play along. There are times where this guy's got all the bets set, the one in the front, both bets with full odds. This guy's coming out, and that come out 7 actually won him money in the last one. Again, come strategies and the Molly, even on the dark side, the same thing. It's rhythm. It's game rhythm. It's, set a point, 7 out. Set a point, hit a point, set a point, 7 out. You're working rhythm. You're never making decisions, which for some people is fine. The math sure supports it if you like playing that way. The come ladder, I like. Again, it's like my first child. It's like the first way I learned how to play when I was young. I'm going to get these chips correct. When I was young, so I go back to it because I had this affinity towards it, because that was how I learned to play when I was very, very young getting started. So I like that. I will always defend it because it's my baby. But you're going to be here all the time. Unless you walk with that 250, you're going to be here. And the next 2 times you play, like pretend that was like 4 different days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Monday you won 250, and then you lose, win a little tiny bit. And for the week, you paid for your coffee, right? That's what ends up happening when you're playing those kind of strategies. That first roll, no chances taken. All right, let me clean up my mess here, and let's do a little recap as a group. I'll do some quick questions, and I got to run to the vet. So let me go back over here. Hold on, me to the right. There we go. All right. Yeah, I got to go to the vet. Like I said, my one dog, my older dog, is really struggling right now. So I got to get her up there at 8:30. So before we do that, let me go to the questions and answers and see what y'all think of A, the tweaks that I made, and B, the idea of playing with table rhythm. Again, I don't hate table rhythm. I'm not hating on it by any means. I like table rhythm games. It's just not for everybody. Right. And if you're looking to make a steady daily kind of grind profit, it's not the way to do it. It just isn't. It's a way to play for a long time and not crash out. Right. If you're playing with friends on a meetup, the come ladder will keep you there all damn night. It'll keep you all night. That's one thing I like about it. Joe's going to bed. Well, good morning, Joe, and good night, Joe. See you later. Skill says, so I feel 1 unit better than 2. Can I show it 1.5? We'll do tomorrow 1.5. That's the whole point. So yesterday we did the full double. Today I went baby time. Tomorrow I'll do 1.5. I'll do a little bit of a bigger spread tomorrow, and we'll give it a shot. Friday I'm going to go really aggressive. We're going to go with the full double, and I'm going to go max odds. We're going to really see how it looks with all the odds on Friday. I'm going to go full tilt and let it really kind of run itself through. Tomorrow what I want to do too is really focus on playing the next bets only with profit. Like the one thing, go back here. The one thing that the come ladder does a really good job of, by the way, is this. It's a scoped thing, right? We know that we have 7 units per shooter. Okay, no matter what. Here's the money back, by the way. We know that it's 7 units per shooter. If I put this chip back, okay, I know it's a 1 unit come bet, it's a 2 unit come bet, and it's a 4 unit. I know that going out. If I ever win during the roll, I'll reinvest the wins in that roll, like I did the first time, to get the bonus wins. That's how this thing works. I'm never coming into here for more money. It's the 7 does its job or it doesn't do its job. Okay. Here, we don't have that scope. When you do a regular Molly system where it's, some kind of bet with max odds, there's no limit to it. You got to dig into your entire bankroll to push the odds up there to make it work. Right. That's where people get it wrong with come betting. With max odds, they don't limit themselves to a budget per shooter like this one does. This one here is a great budget per shooter strategy. This one is not, because you may have to dip in really hard in here. I'm going to try some kind of a limit to it and say, look, we're going to use up to whatever it is. Maybe it's 10 units. Maybe it's $100. Maybe it's only a stack of red for each shooter. Maybe your limit is 5 shooters, $500. Each shooter gets $100, no more. Even if I get to where I'm supposed to have this massive bet and massive odds, this bankroll is going to decide it. I'm not going to dip in here. We're going to try and play a Molly with odds with a budget. That may be what we see on Friday. We'll try it maybe both ways and see budget version versus tilt version and see what the difference is. All right. That's going to be the plan. Again, I'm trying to give it the straight up way to play as the base, and we're going to work on little offshoots here and there. And again, the offshoot tomorrow is going to be a half press and maybe a little bit of a limit in the rack. This shooter gets no more than this much money. That's it. Something along those lines, even if it gets big and bold. We may put a little cap on it. The cap is the best part of the come ladder. It's not the ladder, it's the cap. All right. Let's get back over here, and then we'll call it a day. Let me see what we have here. Full Tilt Friday, right? Maybe that's the name of the show, Skill. Maybe we used, how I used to call it Friday Follies. Maybe we start calling Fridays Full Tilt Friday, and we just go in and have Crazy Town. Thank you, sir, for that. Appreciate it. She's got we think this thing called Cushing's disease, which we don't know a whole lot about, but it makes her uncomfortable. It doesn't really hurt her. Like, she's not in pain, but she won't sit. She won't relax. She kind of paces around the house and pants and eats and drinks 24/7. It's a weird. So she's very, very uncomfortable. So we're trying to get down there and get her some kind of relief if we can. So I like I said, I got to run. I got to go to there by 8:30, and it's about a 15-minute drive. So I got to run. But let's read some more comments here. The come bet on a run helps you buy in all box numbers and move to press and collect 100%. If you play the come and you catch a nice little win on one of those things, it'll fund the full across strategy. The problem is with that, the only problem with that is that you end up being so far behind. Like, it takes 4, 5, 6 rolls to get a come bet, usually to get in there, set up, paid, and back. You're 4 or 5 rolls behind on the pressing strategy. So it's like you do one or the other. I have found that trying to mix and match or switch between is really hard. The Horseman does it, but it's that strategy is such a grinder strategy anyway. It's okay. Like, I kind of plan for that. Never going to hit a home run really with it. I've done it a couple of times, but just on magical rolls. All right. Let's see. JR says, yes, pass line attack is much about consecutive as right betting is about a roll count. You're exactly right. The pass line and the come is just about repeats. And what I say all the time, by the way, if you are a good shooter, quote unquote, if you're a dice influencer that can actually throw, and again, I don't think DIs are trying, they'll agree with me on this. They're not trying to just push the 7 away. They are, but ultimately the goal of a good DI is to cluster numbers, stay on the inside, right? They're set and blah, blah, blah. It's more inside numbers than not. A DI would be just as happy with 8 rolls if they were all 5, 6, 8, and 9s. Or all 4s and 10s. They're just as happy with that as they are with a 30 roller because they know they can make money with it, right? Come betting is the way a DI should play. If a DI is really DIing and they're getting their repeat numbers, they should be coming because they're going to throw repeats and all those odds end up paying so sweet, right? That's, again, I have no problem saying that out loud. If that's what your game is, if you're all about the toss, come betting should be where you're at because it's less volatile in the long run. In the short term, you're going to be repeating those numbers. So that's a good comment, Jay. Thank you very much. All right. So yeah, tomorrow we'll do that. I feel one's better than 2, only for bankroll preservation. I think 1.5 might be the butter zone. We'll find that out tomorrow, and we're going to scope the bankroll. And I just want to me, it's about bankroll protection, and it's about finding skill. What is the right limit per shooter? What's the right total bankroll? Like, if I come out here with let's say $2,000 and say it's 4 shooters with $500 each, what is the right bet size and what is the right scope for the shooter? Is it really $500 per shooter that lets me take advantage of that run with the extra odds? We'll find out tomorrow. I'm going to run that tomorrow and Friday and Thursday. So I'll keep at it. We'll keep messing with it. I don't know that the core way of playing is the way. Versus some tweaks, but I'm not going to tweak it and destroy it. I'm going to try and tweak it in a way that I think gives us options to kind of talk about. So, all right, I'm out of here. You guys have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow morning. Love y'all. God bless. Make sure 2 things, right? Stay in focus and keep it simple. Love y'all. Bye.